Hi, we're on the trail again, and it's really important that when you come to number 5, when you come to the 5 signpost, or the signpost should be missing for some reason, which happens, the trail here is dividing into a right fork and a left fork. You want to take the left fork to stay on the loop and to go back to the Wildlife Center. You want to stay on the left loop. You do not want to go on the right loop. Having said that, I'm going to walk us up the right loop just a couple of feet to show you a couple of plants, and then we're going to come back and get on the trail again. So behind me is fairly dry woodland again, and we are surrounded with the witch hazel. We're surrounded with white oak, black oak, and we also have a fern here. And as I said before, some ferns like dry feet. They like their roots to be dry, and this is one of them. This is called bracken fern. Bracken fern is a very common field fern, especially in areas that were grazed a lot. And it turns out that bracken fern is poisonous to horses and is also poisonous to cows, but for different reasons. The toxin that causes it to be poisonous for a cow is different than the toxin in it that is serves to make it poisonous to a horse. What a phenomenal mechanism for self-protection, to have toxins that are species-specific or group-specific, so that they don't get eaten by not just one or all species, but for different individual animals. It's kind of a fascinating protective mechanism on the part of not just bracken fern, but also on a lot of others. Now we're going to come back and get back on the left fork of the trail and look around, and we see there's lots of blueberry, the black oak, the hazelnut again, here's a white oak, and as we work our way across the woodland here, you're going to see pretty much the same thing over and over and over. That's the sign of a reasonably healthy woodland area. When you have diversity, but you don't have an overwhelming complexity of plants that are invasive or things that have been caused because the area has been disturbed. I mean, realize what you're looking out across. If you see the trees, you see the trees are not big, huge oak trees. You know, some oak trees in lawns and in protected areas are as big around as my arms, and they are hundreds of years old. These are not. These trees that are in here, the oldest, I would bet you, is no more than 100 years. And that tells you that this area was once clear-cut, this area was once a field, and it has begun to regrow. And here we are 100 years later looking at a farm pasture that has now turned into a woodland. We'll see you at the next stop.